Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for medical freedom and curative medicine, which is lacking, both of which are lacking in the medical marketplace of the 21st century. And that is why we have a chronic disease epidemic. We haven't had medical freedom since 1912, more or less, when, through the influence of the Carnegies and the Rockefellers, Congress granted the American Medical Association exclusive control over who could and who couldn't practice medicine. Everybody except the MDs were kicked off of the bus of medicine. The chiropractors, the homeopaths, naturopaths, the herbalists, everybody who was not an MD was kicked off of the bus of medicine and has had to scramble back, but we're not even close to being mainstream. Alternative systems of medicine, and I hate that term, by the way, uh, are called alternative because the medical profession that controls the medical monopoly is the MD medical profession, and therefore everyone else is alternative to the kings of medicine. There's a problem with this because, well, unless you're God, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now, Bobby Kennedy is trying to clean up the corruption inside of conventional medicine, and isn't that great? That's a great idea. I've spoken at length and I've written at length and I've recorded videos at length which outline the corruption which has been brutally present in conventional medicine for over 100 years. But that's not the real problem. If Bobby Kennedy is successful in cleaning up conventional medicine, getting rid of the corruption in medical journals, getting rid of corruption in research, getting rid of pharmaceutical corruption, holding pharmaceutical companies accountable when their drugs hurt or kill people. That's a wonderful thing. But all that that is going to do is give people more confidence and more access to MD-directed allopathic medicine. And what's wrong with that, you may wonder? Well, MD-directed allopathic medicine is either the first or the third cause of death in the United States. It's the leading cause of bankruptcy. And while the MDs have been in exclusive control over the development and the delivery of medicine, the chronic disease epidemic was born, has matured, and is alive and well. It happened under their tutelage and care. It happened on their watch. And because the monopoly has been so complete for so long, people don't even recognize it as a monopoly. And as a society, we have been enculturated to believe that the MDs, only the MDs, hold the exclusive decoder ring to all things medical, and everybody but the MD is a back of the bus quack with substandard dangerous training. That's a lie. Your medical doctor isn't trained in medicine. Your MD is trained in allopathic medicine. And allopathic medicine is really good for trauma care, surgery when it's necessary, the complications of childbirth and pregnancy, and to a lesser extent, dentistry. But for most of the conditions that most of the people go to the doctor for most of the time, MD directed allopathic medicine is a failed methodology. Why? Because allopathic medicine is built upon medical tenets which are inconsistent with natural law. Your medical doctor is clueless as to how the human body works, and even more clueless as to how the drugs work, and even more clueless about how to bring the human body mind into a state of health. Your medical doctor may be the nicest person God ever created. But practicing allopathic medicine, your medical doctor is not trained to cure the condition. So the high blood pressure is never cured, it's managed. The arthritis is never cured, it's managed. The depression is never cured, it's managed. The PTSD is never cured, it's managed. The asthma is never cured, it's managed. The eczema is never cured, it's managed, etc., etc., etc. And this is what passes as the best medicine money can buy, the best medicine in the 21st century. It's a lie. MD directed, pharmaceutical centrist, allopathic medicine is really good for trauma care, surgery when it's necessary. But for most of the conditions that most people go to the doctor for, most of the time it is a failed methodology. Your medical doctor doesn't even know what causes heartburn. So, how effective do you think they're going to be at helping you get on the other side of anything else? Don't even get me started on cancer. The only reason that we have a chronic disease epidemic is because we do not have medical freedom, because the medical professionals that are in charge of the development and the delivery of medicine are trained in a system of medicine which is inconsistent with natural law. Period. Hard stop. Now, I've spoken at length about the intricacies of naturopathic medicine and homeopathic medicine and the holistic approach, which, by the way, offers curative medical solutions. Curative medical solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't need more research into allopathic pharmaceutical centrist medicine. Doctors like myself have been helping to cure disease for hundreds of years. The method is clear, it's not complicated. What we need is entry into the mainstream. We need medical freedom. I don't think Bobby Kennedy is going to deliver that. I don't think Maha is going to deliver that. I think if you're waiting for this situation to change from the top down, I think you're going to be waiting a long, long time. So, my advice to you, if you are smart enough to pop your head up, at least momentarily, from the medical matrix, to take a look around, son of a gun, everybody that you know is sick. Everybody that you know is on at least 3 prescription meds. Everybody that you know gets weaker and sicker and weaker and sicker as time goes by. This is the new normal. Sickness is the new health. And that's not how it is in a naturopathic doctor's office, in a homeopathic doctor's office, in a alternative medical practitioner's office. The only reason that people are sick and suffering is because they have taken the wrong dog to the hunt. Allopathic medicine, MD directed allopathic medicine, is the worst system of medicine you can employ in order to attempt to recover your health. Medical doctors are not taught health care, they're taught sick care, disease management. And this is a problem. And this is why we have a chronic disease epidemic. Now, look, if you want to get on the other side of all this nonsense, if you want to learn what to do, simple steps, mostly, in order to optimize your body's structure and function, in order to support and promote your body's built-in God-given ability to fix itself, then become a subscriber at my website. I've lined it all up for you in bite-sized pieces that are easy to understand. This is self-help health recovery based on naturopathic therapeutics, which, by the way, are science-based and clinically verified, and most importantly, are consistent with natural law, but which you have been intentionally kept in the dark from for all of your life. For goodness sakes, ladies and gentlemen. After 36 years of clinical work as a licensed naturopathic physician, I can say this with confidence. The only people practicing quack medicine have MD after their name. And the most important thing that you or anybody else can do in order to optimize your health moving forward is to fire your medical doctor and seek out alternatives, which are science-based and clinically verified, developed and delivered by licensed physicians. They exist. You don't know about them. You need to. We need medical freedom. Go to my website right now. What the heck are you waiting for? LeaveBigPharmaBehind.com. See what you've been missing, and let me give you a guided tour of the undiscovered country by many, by most, of science-based, clinically verified, curative, naturopathic medical therapeutics. I am now and always will be until I'm censored or deplatformed or jailed. Heaven forbid. Dr. Peter Glidden. I'll see you around campus.